what makes a 0 in the tarot pack, the Fool, is unbelievable love, you know? My last day in the Czech Republic. I'm going to Poland today, actually. Very nice to see you. Thank you very much for joining me. This is just a personal number. I wanted to share what I learned this July through my travels and through my experiences as I've gone from London to Manchester, from Manchester to Ibiza, from Ibiza to Prague, and from Prague to Ostrava, in Czech Republic. And today is my last day, so I'm concluding this month on an interesting note, because I think I've really lost it over the last while. What I mean is, I think I've lost myself by trying to over-explain myself to people, and I think by uncovering a lot of my world in the last month to myself, actually, I saw that I'm not who I think I am, and this is like a really big sigh of relief, actually, but also a sigh of disappointment, as July has shown me a lot of charlatans and charlatanism and what it is to take advantage of people. It is really incredible to see how many people fall for these traps. Spirit is your own spirit, and just basically I got a bit lost with people who sell spirituality and make their life or make their money or make their lifestyle through elevation from other people. I really lost pieces of myself, I feel, by trying to show people or explain who I am without actually seeing who they are first. And I think that's like a really big fault of a lot of young people with a lot of maybe charisma or desire to show something or interact or kind of heighten the vibration, is because we're really trying to show ourselves off, and then we don't actually see who we're showing ourselves to. And this is like a big thing, is because we're looking so much for an audience that we don't actually see ourselves. And that's been me for quite a while, because I really wanted, I really cared to be seen for who I was and what I can do, what I can provide. And it's been really silly, because this whole time of me worrying of not being seen, I eventually was not seen. I did not see myself. I was so worried that other people wouldn't get it, that I didn't get what I didn't get what I was. I didn't get what I meant for myself. And this was really interesting, because I got really pulled into this interesting cycle this July by being a certain type of master of thought or master of something, I don't know. I suddenly became really needed in this really strong communal sense with these people who actually kind of understood what I was, because I had a nice CV. I had a nice CV and I had a book, and basically I had people telling them that I knew it, that I got it, and this was really nice for a few days to be finally at a place where I was noted for the goodness that I bring and the things that I can do, and even to the point where I was over-noted, which was really rare for me, actually. Like, I was over-noted and I was really extremely seen, like really not even seen. It was like I was embellished with traits that I didn't actually have. And it's interesting, because I've been fighting for a few years now to be noticed and understood by other people, to be understood as a psychic or a new age, I guess, representative, or, representative of something which wasn't actually mine. When I fully cracked the new age pretense, the culture that is coming through, that is an amalgamation of 60s hippie culture, indigenous culture, and other works of art. Commercial spirituality, basically, is the McDonald's chain of spirituality. And I've seen this coming. Like, I've seen this for about 2 or 3 years. I had a feeling that New Age was going to collapse, and there was going to be nobody or nothing that I could connect to afterwards. And it's not just for me. I feel it's like for the greater public as well, because this whole scene, like the evolution of consciousness, is real, but this scene that connects it to itself only, or thinks it's the only right way through veganism, or through yoga, or through spiritual practice, through plant medicine, especially shamanic plant medicine, it sickens me. It really does, because these people don't actually get it. They don't get anything. They have a little bit, but they have nothing really. They don't have a lot, and I really found that out. I went to the Aniwa festival in Ibiza, and I was really lucky to go with a good friend of mine, with a nice person, and I saw it. It's like a shock to the system, I feel, when you're seeing something that you believed in or something that you were once interested in sell like hotcakes, like it's just a sales pitch in the end, and that made me feel really blasé. So I cut a big part of myself off. I mean, it was kind of dangling, this kind of whole spiritual community thing was kind of dangling for a while. I understood that I'm playing in the dirt. I'm playing in a sand pit still. So when I cracked the New Age, which I kind of have done about 2 or 3 years ago, I finished it. I finished it. I don't want to do any of it anymore. So there's like a big ending for me in July for sure. And I was kind of questioning myself, because the New Age was really unjust to me. I received a lot of abuse actually through the New Age communities. A lot of really bad experience with people who claim to be shamans or psychics, and it's really interesting because I really thought I was one of them, but I'm not. And this is like a really obscure place to be, because neither do I really fit into today's world, because my work and what I do is incredibly esoteric and insanely spiritual. But in the same sense, there is no community. So this road really opened up to me, because when I got to Prague, I really got it. I think I really kind of understood it. I think in Prague I really got that I'm not anybody's. I'm nobody's. I'm just myself. I'm just me. And this really opened up this feeling of actually regret for even being here, because when you've been part of a group and then you disconnect, it's like a really strange feeling. It's not even abandonment. It's like, what is my use? What's my use? Like, what's my calling? And that's really just part of the slave DNA. It's part of the established cycles that we all kind of have. I think most of us have this need to conform to something in order to make ourselves part of something else. And this is really funny, because in Prague, I actually really got a chance to see me. And I didn't really understand what it was, I think, until right now, actually. Right now, as I'm recording this, I'm silly. Like, I'm a silly person that doesn't understand money. I'm a really silly person that gets pampered and loved from every direction. I'm a fool. I'm a fool. I think if I was going to say anything more, it's just that I don't belong anywhere. And I just fluff around. I find the time to read for people, which turns out to be an incredibly profound experience for others, but for me it feels foolish. It's a good thing. It's a good thing, because I think what makes an idiot, what makes a zero in the tarot pack, the fool, is unbelievable love, And it doesn't have to be for anybody. It doesn't even have to be for anything. There is nothing that really, I'm crying now, that really made it, It's not a thing that really happened. It is just a thing. It's like you don't need to have anything happen around you to feel. You don't have to have anything with you to make you feel good. You don't have to have anybody tell you that you're fine to be fine, and you don't need anybody to notice who you are, because you are, you just exist, And this was like the most amazing, incredible time here in the Czech Republic, actually. Just being an idiot, just being an idiot, like being very, very strong on myself as well. When I've completely disconnected from any system, it's almost like everything just kind of fell into place with channeling, which was really crazy, but it's meaningless to me. It's interesting because it's becoming more and more meaningless and less of a passion, which I'm really, really joyous about, because I actually get to find out, I need to find out who I want to be, without having to pull the strings for other people and help them understand or see where they are. I am interestingly surrounded by these frequencies all the time, and I can't explain what it is. I don't know what it is. I don't know what it is. And if you can tell me, like if you're a psychic, I would really like to know what this is. I have these energies that tell me exactly where I need to be, and they show me where I need to get off the bus, you know, and which place I need to walk into, and they tell me everything. And it's not like words or voices, it's just like feelings. I have these chaperones, if I will say that. I mean, I never had them before. This experience recently, actually. I think I had to make a few choices, you know, as to people and the type of communities I wanted, and the type of corruption I saw in myself was that part of me did actually kind of like, only for a few minutes, to be noticed and understood, you know, and to be actually seen face to face with these people as a psychic, as actually a phenomenon. And when I actually saw that in me, I was disgusted. And when I saw that I actually really wanted to be this, for a minute, I really fell. I fell inside. I felt it inside my heart. I felt like a falling through. And then these things appeared. And they're not people, and they aren't angels. I don't know what these things are. I just got these things around me, and they're like orbs or humanoid type of energies, and they just tell me how. They just tell me how. It's not the same as I've seen before. I mean, I've always had spirits, like spirit guides, but these things have been insanely good to me. Like, they're so cute, and I think I got them in Prague. I'm not sure. I just got a really cool hookup to new spiritual energies, and maybe they're just you. Maybe it's just you. Maybe it's the collective continuing to talk to me through beings or spirits or some kind of energy forms, which is quite cool. If that's you. If it isn't, I'm not sure what that is, because I think as I get older, I don't understand anything. I think when I thought I wanted to know God, and I kind of got a taste of it, then it didn't feel right either. It just doesn't, you know, it's all kind of a mishmash of things, and I think the more I learn, the less I know. The beautiful thing, I think, about July, though, in the end, was being alone. I went to this really, really obscure little town of Ostrava, and it's like a border town with Poland, and it's so ugly. It's so ugly. It's such an ugly little place. It's it's just like I don't have any videos of it because there was nothing to really there was nothing to really photograph or take footage of. I mean, it's just a commercial sort of a place. It's a commercial industrial sort of, I don't even know. And then I was kind of I was there. Then I was for like about 3 days, and then I actually recognized myself. I'm just a big weirdo. I'm just a big weirdo. And I really love it. I like it. I mean, I'm really sorry that this is not a very eloquent July video. I mean, if I said anything smart, it just wouldn't look good on me anymore. Unless you are coming to me as a client, then I can pull out the intellectual webs and show you, I guess, in some really impressive language skills, something about yourself. But I'm just really not impressed. I think I'm just not impressed. I'm not impressed anymore by anything. It's actually really funny, but I think I'm establishing this as I go. It's really weird. I have to say this. I'm not impressed. It's not a bad thing. It's just nothing impresses me. People or culture or, cathedrals or fields or even nature still does, but nothing, nothing, food, nothing, music. It's all the same. It's really funny. I've actually really recognized this in July when I was back in Prague, that nothing is nothing is impressive. Nothing is fantastic except for my own experience. And it's actually not about what I'm experiencing. It's not about the flavor of experience, what I'm eating, where I'm going. It doesn't even bother me anymore. It does a little bit, but not as much. Like, it's not as interesting. I mean, sometimes the only thing that does, although, yes, the only thing that does sometimes bother me or impress or disimpress is you, like, people. I mean, when I'm seeing, like, here in Ostrava, I'm sort of on the border town here, there's a lot of drinking. Like, there's, like, the people are stumbling around drunk, and there's this, like, smell of beer, like, in most venues, and it's interesting. It's not quite that bad, but it's pretty intense. It's like a little zombie town, like with barbed wire everywhere and stuff, and it's really funny because I don't like it. I mean, I don't like it like this. I don't like when people are like this. So being in a place where there's a lot of alcoholism and sadness is really not nice. It's not nice, and it makes me feel really, really like misused or something, because the general energy of everybody, the collective here, is really misused as well. And then when I was in Prague, I didn't really like that either, but there is a lot of optimism and ambition because of how grand everything is. And it's the same as London. It feels like people are losing themselves, like the light bodies are flickering and switching off because they're not using themselves. They're not using themselves as the main focus of their lives, which is quite sad. Here they are, but it's like really messy. In Ibiza, oh my gosh, the rest of the world, I don't even know what's going on with you guys, but I'd love to be in places where people are actually happy. I want to know what human happiness is about. I want to know what it's about. Like, I really want to know. I'm thinking of going to resort town of Odessa in Ukraine next month in August. I'm just kind of like, I'm actually just moving around the map. I'm not actually, I'm not actually planning anything. You know, I don't have any, I don't know where I'm gonna go. I'm thinking about going to resort town of Odessa on the Black Sea, and yeah, I'm wanting to see where people are happy and what the hell that means to people. I've been around a few places and people where, you know, they were on holiday or they were relaxing, and I did find it kind of neutral. Where is it that people are the happiest on this planet? Is it like in a mountain is it somewhere like where is that? Because I think that's actually the main reason why I like sticking around places, is because I'm absorbing you guys. Like, I'm absorbing the overall feeling, the overall value of life, and overall value of self. And I get bigger and better because I can feel like the happiness of other people that I don't have to nurture all the time. Because there's another thing I've noticed, well, I knew this for a long, long time, is that I always go into nurturer's mode whenever there's somebody who needs help, and I like go out of my body at night and even in the day, and I try to like figure out how to help other people find their way through, and it's really hard. I want to see you shine. I want to see you shine. And this is a selfish thing. I want to see you shine. I want to see you shine because if you're shining, I'm shining. And I want to see where there's more people like me who are completely idiotically in love with life, or in love with something that they're experiencing. Like, I want to know who else is an idiot. I don't want to know who else is ascended. I don't want to know who else is happy with life because they found God. I don't want to know anything about that. I don't want to know who's done ayahuasca and seen reality in a different way. I'm bored of that. I want to see somebody who's actually in love with life. And I think I'll need to conclude this on this point, is that I love you. Like, I love you. Like, seriously. And that's because I'm you. And I want you to help me, maybe show me or share with me where the joy is, where you are, and how good you feel right now. I think I need to know where you are and where you are happy. What are the happiest days of your life? what is the happiest that you've ever been? And what's the happiest moment in time for you in the day? I want to know that, because I want to connect to that, because I miss you. I miss you. Like, I miss love. You know, I miss when people are happy, and I want to know where the joy is. Anyway, thank you very much. Hope you enjoyed my formal thing, and I'll see you some other time. Bye.